Welcome to the One Life podcast with Behka White. This is episode 62. This is your conscience speaking. Today, we are continuing our exploration of happiness using the 4 human endowments articulated by Stephen Covey. As a recap, each human has been given 4 divine gifts, including creative imagination, independent will, conscience, and self-awareness. These 4 endowments affect our state of being and therefore play an important role in our happiness. Today we're talking about our conscience, which is a person's inner sense of right and wrong. Covey said this of conscience, quote, "Conscience puts us in touch with something within us even deeper than our thoughts and something outside of us more reliable than our values. It connects us with the wisdom of the ages and the wisdom of the heart. It's an internal guidance system that allows us to sense when we act or even contemplate acting in a way that's contrary to our deepest values." End quote. I've heard it said that true happiness is having a clear conscience. I happen to disagree with this statement because I think one can have a clear conscience and still be unhappy. However, it does not work the other way. Without a clear conscience, happiness is impossible. Leo Tolstoy said this about it, quote, "All human life, we may say, consists solely of these 2 activities. Number 1, bringing one's activities into harmony with conscience, or number 2, hiding from oneself the indications of conscience in order to be able to continue to live as before. Some do the first, others the second. To attain the first, there is but one means, moral enlightenment, the increase of light in oneself and attention to what it shows. To attain the second, to hide from oneself the indications of conscience, there are 2 means, one external and the other internal. The external means consists in occupations that divert one's attentions from the indications given by conscience. The internal method consists in darkening conscience itself." End quote. Tolstoy's words are powerful and possibly excessive. To summarize his wisdom, either we try to live in greater harmony with our conscience by increasing light in ourselves and making adjustments, or we hide the pain of our conscience to avoid change in 2 ways, by outward distractions or by internal suppression, both of which darken our conscience. According to Tolstoy, there is no in between. Either we are increasing our light or increasing our darkness. So what can we do when our conscience is in pain? When we are tormented by some of the things that we have done? Don't worry, we've all been there. You know when you steal a candy bar when you're 5 and your mom makes you take it back and you feel shame and embarrassment, and then you go home and everything's fine. The things we do when we are 15, 35, or 75 often have lasting consequences that we cannot fix. What then? Are we doomed to unhappiness because our conscience can't rest? No, we aren't. There is grace. Grace is a divine principle accessible to all, regardless of belief system. Y'all are going to get tired of me quoting the first 3 steps of AA, but they are just that good. I'll change the wording here a bit. Step 1, honesty. I have harmed myself and or others, and I am powerless to fix the consequences of my actions. Number 2, hope. I believe there is a power greater than myself that can restore peace to my soul. Step 3, faith. I will turn my will and my life over to God as I understand Him. I can't, God can, I will let Him. The rest of the 12 steps are equally as fantastic, and maybe we'll graduate to those soon. In the meantime, having a conscience at rest is the foundation for building happiness. Having a conscience at rest is dependent on grace. We are not perfect. We will never be perfect. Forgive yourself. Accept grace. Increase your light. I can't, God can, and I will let Him. This is how we build our best life.